Rise and shine, sweet cakes. It's time for some more programming. Or should I say, pro-gaming. Smash like. Given a string s, find the first non-repeating character in it and return its index. If it does not exist, return -1. So I'm immediately thinking I save what the repeating character is in a in a variable, and then once I find, or I iterate through the string, and then as soon as I find an item that isn't that character, I just return the I being the current index of the iterator that I'm using to iterate through the string, and the character itself. What? Oh, what? Oh, okay. I thought it was going to give me a string. I assumed from the description it was going to give me a string like A, B. But no, I misinterpreted it. I'm jumping to conclusions, I see. I should read the examples before I make guesses about what the question is. So input S is LeetCode. The first character that does not occur at any other index. I see. Love LeetCode, output 2, SAABB, output -1, I see. All right, I'm immediately thinking a hash map now. A hash map where I simply count the number of times I see each letter in the string, and then I simply find the, I was gonna say I find the first item in the hash map that has a count of 1, which would be an item that appears in the list and also doesn't repeat because it's less than 2. But then I realized, how do you get an item from a dictionary? Or how do you iterate through a dictionary? Dictionaries are not necessarily ordered. I believe some versions of Python have dictionaries in an ordered way, but I don't know whether that order is sorted or in chronological order of when the item was added. So I think there's an easier way, or a safe way of retrieving the earliest indexed non-repeating character from the string, and that is saving an item in the dictionary that corresponds to the item's index. Then I could look through the dictionary and find the item with the smallest index. Okay. So let's do this. So the plan is to iterate through the string, but you have to use I in order to iterate through the string. Oh, but how do you iterate through a string in Python? Do I remember? Let's see. I don't know if a string is indexable. Let me go ahead and check. How about this? Print S0, return 0. If it's indexable, then I'm chilling. Yup. A string is indeed indexable, so my entire implementation will work. So now I can do this. For I in range. Oh, one more thing is that I should check if an S has a length. Then I could iterate through the length of range S. Print length S. Okay, there we go. Yes, it did work. That is 8 characters. So here's what I'm going to do. For I in range length of S, and then we create our hash map. So what does this hash map contain? The keys are the letters, and the values that the keys correspond to are, the first item will be the number of times the letter has appeared in the word, and the second will be the index. Doesn't matter whether the index is first or second, but this is a working implementation, at least in my mind. So let's go ahead and make the hash map. Let's call it char counts equals, and then the dictionary. So for I in range length s, I want to set si, no, not si, sorry, char counts I, which is it's going to set a new key that is I. No, I should not set it to I. I should set it to si, because I mentioned earlier that I wanted each character to be the key into the char counts dictionary. So if we do si, we get the letter. Now that's our key. And I'm just making sure that my audio is recording. And then char counts si is equal to a list where the first item is the number of times that the item appears, and the second item is the index. So I know that the second item has to be I, but what is the first item? Now that I've actually reached this point, I start to realize that I didn't think ahead of what happens when the character is not in the list and when it is in the list. So there's in the dictionary. So there's two cases, right? One, the letter is not already in the dictionary. So if the letter's not in the dictionary, then we want to set char counts of that letter. Oh wait, I put s, but really I should have done si. If it's not in char counts, then we set it equal to 1, because this is the first time we've ever seen it. But if it is in char counts, then we want to increment it up by 1, because this is the next time we've seen it, right? There we go. Wait, no, that's not right. We should be doing something else. Also, we don't have to change the index. The first time we see the letter, that's really the only time we need to say it, or we need to point it out. If it appears at multiple indices, then the letter automatically just does not matter. The first and foremost thing that matters is the count, if that makes sense. Basically, I'm not too concerned about updating the index to make sure it's the correct one. So this could be any value, as long as I note that char counts at si is repeating. So perhaps what I could do instead is this. You get the array associated with this key si. You take the 0th item of the array, then you add 1 to that. There. Now we don't even need to update I. And now char counts si will contain all the counts. Now what do we do? We have to find the first item in char counts si that the first item in char counts si, in other words, the item with the lowest index that has a count of 1. So here's something we can do. We can get the items of char counts, or char counts.values, and then that'll give us all of the values associated with the keys. Then what we can do is sort this, because this is an array. And then, what we could do from here is actually sort this array by I. Yes, so what does that mean? We're going to sort the values of the array by the second index's value. So this is going to be key equals lambda x. This is simply how you do it. Lambda x, x1. So what this does is that char counts values is an array of all of the values in char counts. And now the sorted function wants to know how to sort this array of arrays, because each item is a 2-item array. How does it know? Here's the key. So what a key is that it's a function that's used to get an item that will be compared to other items. So basically each value in values is going to be treated as an x. Then what value is used in values to compare to each other? It's the second item of x. So since they're being compared by the second item, we're going to get a sorted array where everything is the same, or everything is sorted by their index. And just to be sure, I'm also going to print it out in case I've made a mistake somewhere. So that's that. Oh, actually, I could save this to a value. I could say sorted values equals this. I could print sorted values. Then I simply have to look through sorted values and find the first, or return the first value that contains, where the first item is a 1. So let's go ahead and iterate through them. For val in sorted values, if val bracket 0 is 1, return the index, right? Yes, we return the index. So that's val of 1. Otherwise, we just keep going. And if we reach the end of sorted values without finding anything, we return -1, right? Yes, we do. All right, now let's see our implementation and also see what sorted is. Oh, runtime error. Built-in function is not iterable. Oh. Okay, I see. So if we convert this to a list, that should make things easier. We're also going to have to do that here for print. Oh no. Oh, wait a minute, I see. Char counts.values. Okay, sorted, what it does is it actually modifies the array in place, I believe. Which is why it's not working out the way it's supposed to. So here's an idea. We can actually make a copy of the char counts values array. Or actually, oh no, what it actually is values. I'm trying to sort through a function when really I need to call the function in order to do something with it. So I probably also don't need the list. There we go. So now we could see our output. According to our output, there is, at index 0, it occurs once. At index 1, it occurs 3 times, which is correct. At index 3, which is here, it occurs 1 time. C occurs one time, O occurs one time, and D occurs one time. All right, that is correct. Now let's see if the second example works as well. Love LeetCode. And then the third example, of course, where there's nothing found. And then I'm going to do an additional edge case where I do a string with the bounds of the constraints of the problem itself. So S could be 1, which means all I have to do is return the first item. There we go. All right, correct answer here as well. Now let's see AABB. All right, the expected answer matches the real answer. Now, just out of curiosity, does my code work with just a single item? I'm honestly not sure. I could do a little test just for fun. So, SI is not in char counts because this is the first item we're seeing. Char counts at A is equal to 1, 0. Then we sort it, which doesn't do anything because there's nothing to sort, it's just one value. Then for each value in sorted values, which is just 1, 0, and then this is a correct statement, so this will return 0. All right, fantastic. So this should be acceptable, except there's no need for the print statement. Let's submit. Wonderful, all right. Good stuff. I wasn't expecting runtime to beat 65% of submissions. All right, this is the fastest one yet. Good stuff. I believe, on the easy difficulty though. I would like a bit more challenging string operations, just in case. Or, dynamic program. Oh, those are gonna be interesting. Dynamic programming is up next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe.